Okay, here we go. Let's launch into it, shall we? Meow. All right. Here it goes. It begins in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS. Avenge me twice, shame on me.
TMS fans are everywhere.
Be optimistic and you'll live longer.
White House made a boo-boo.
Kyle is back on board for Twin Peaks.
Damn fine pie. Colbert gets a date with late night.
Fitness Geek.
Jury duty and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
As we approach the 21st century, a new means of communication is emerging. This technology uses computer networks to link people on every continent. If we are destined to live in a global village, one day we will all be connected to the internet.
Don't you knock?
The Morning Stream. 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 The Morning Stream.
This is the Morning Stream. Shut up, baby, I know it.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Morning Stream. I feel like I'm coming in hot. Do I sound like I'm hot to you? Like coming in hot?
You always sound hot. No, you do not sound any different than normal.
Okay.
It's your ear cans. They're
my
messing
cans.
with you.
I don't like that when they mess with me. I feel like something just got shorted and I don't know where it is. There's no time to deal with it because, damn it, it's 9 a.m. Mountain Time Zone, the only time zone that matters. Actually, it's 8:59 a.m.
I was just mentioning in the chat room saying, look at us starting 2 minutes early.
When does that ever happen? Never is the answer to that.
A couple people said, Cinderflame says, some of us are still saying you're starting 58 minutes late.
Zing. Very
Touché.
funny. Yeah, touche, I suppose. Look, whatever. Most the overwhelming majority of emails I've gotten from people who can now listen to the stream on the West Coast are thrilled about it. They can't wait for every day that they can just pop in here and do it.
This gives me more time to work out in the morning. I haven't done it, but it gives me more time to do it.
Yeah,
if
there's
I
more
were
time to work out. I have more time to get all sorts of things done that I was literally rushing to do every day.
Yeah.
So it's a good move. It's a good move all around, except for you East Coasters. Oh no, you got to go to lunch. You got to go to some fancy ribeye steak lunch with some buddy of yours.
3 martini lunch with a client.
Oh, I see how it is. Boo, freaking who. All right, I'm just kidding. You guys are great. We do love you guys. They're fine. They're fine human beings. Hey, look, it's another show. It's another day. It's Tuesday. It's the Tuesday edition of the Morning Stream. And for January the 13th, it's looking pretty grim outside. Really gross and snowy and awful today. That's the weather. Now let's move over to sports. Somebody lost a big game.
We've got a pileup on the 405. It's causing major delays.
Oh no! What are we gonna do? Listen, did the Green Bays are going to the next thing?
Yes.
And you got your
go Pack go.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happened to your Broncos? I haven't paid attention.
They kind of folded it. They kind of the Colts just completely dominated them, and oh well.
All right.
And it saves me from having to listen to Orange Fever for the next 4 weeks, right?
Yeah, in a way, it's got to be a relief for you.
There's a little bit of a relief. Yeah, I mean, hey, I would have been happy to see the Broncos make it to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
But after the last time they had their Super Bowl, maybe it's okay that we don't have to see that again.
Yeah. Let's have another rebuilding year. It's fine.
That's right.
Let that thing grow. Well, anyway, football fever here in the States.
Sports ball.
Last night there was a big college game. Was it
Ohio and Oregon?
Ohio and Oregon. And I have this relative of mine. He's my brother-in-law, I suppose, on my wife's sister's husband. He works for a millionaire as kind of his. We always tease him that he's kind of his Smithers, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah, he hates that.
He's one of the drones in 67.
He hates that. But he's a super cool guy, and guy's got loads of money. He was super generous with it and all that. And occasionally, my brother-in-law will get to go on a sudden out-of-the-nowhere trip, and one of them was to charter a private jet yesterday and fly to that Portland game or to that Oregon game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. How cool is that? On a private freaking jet. Crazy. And they sat right behind the goalpost on one of the ends of the field.
Of course they did.
Yeah. Bastards.
Wow.
Anyway, it's good times. Were
they rooting for Ohio?
They were, I think they're more Oregon. I think so. They were rooting for the. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I always assume if you're on the western part of the United States, you would root for the side that you're on, but not always. Obviously, I mean, I really like Green Bay and I hate Seattle. So, what's up with that? I don't know. Yeah. Can't explain it.
Green Bay's America's team.
It is. Green Bay is. You know why? Because they go out in the tundra, dude. They're out in the frickin' snow, killing themselves.
Tundra. Yes.
They're bananas, those people, and yet they play amazing football. So. Cheeseheads all the way. All right.
Plus, they're owned by the people.
That's right. And you have actually seen this guy with the private jet. He was the dude that let me drive his Lamborghini that day.
Yeah, for Nerdtacular 3 or something.
09, yeah. I think it was.
Yeah, the Star Trek Nerdtacular.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? That's cool.
Mm-hmm. That was cool.
That was 3. 07, 08,
I associate that with the cake because we had the
Star Trek cake. That's right.
And I remember eating that out in the gazebos.
The neuropeptide cake, exactly.
That's right.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Cake was not a lie that day, my friends.
That's right. So, look, last night we had some family over, Taylor and Dylan, and then Kim's brother Richard and his wife Audra and their little boy, and all came over, and we had the most amazing salmon you've ever had. Kim is just... She was Wolfgang Puck last night. Just amazing. So
really?
Good. Oh, my gosh. So good. That's not the important part, though. But we played a bunch more of that Jackbox. Absolute riot. What a fun game.
Cool.
People are dumb if they don't buy it. But then I got wind that the Avengers 2 trailer had come out. So we all gathered around the warmth.
The second Avengers 2 trailer.
Yeah, correct. The Avengers 2 trailer 2.
The sequel.
The sequel, right. Age of Sequeltron.
Right.
And we flipped that on and watched that, and I'm very curious what you're thinking about this new trailer. If you think it reveals anything new, I mean, there's an awful lot more. Go ahead.
We obviously get a little bit more, right? We can kind of piece a few more things together. We see a lot of defeat of the Avengers. The kind of broken and beaten Avengers. Mm-hmm. We get to see a little bit more of the Hulkbuster. Iron Man armor and the Hulk fight.
Mm-hmm. And it does appear that now it's confirmed Tony Stark is in that damn suit.
Yeah,
it isn't taken over by something. It isn't like Ultron's controlling it from somewhere else. It's Tony Stark in there fighting the Hulk.
Coherent and aware of what he's doing. Yes.
Yeah.
We get a little tender moment between Hulk and Black Widow.
Yep.
Real brief thing there. A little bit more shots of Scarlet Witch, and I can't remember. Were there many of there? I can't remember any of Quicksilver.
I don't think there was a single. Carter says, "Dad, I don't think Quicksilver's in that trailer." And I said, "I don't think he is either. I think he's not in there."
But they keep showing in the previous trailer and this trailer, showing a guy with a kind of a square jaw and a beard, but no mustache, like just kind of the chin strap kind of beard thing.
Yeah, that's what's his name, Gollum.
Oh, is that Circus?
Andy Serkis, yeah.
And I'm hoping that is Claw.
Yeah,
hoping it's Claw with a K.
That is the current theory.
Thinking, yeah.
Yeah, and they show him just enough for people to go, and then they don't show anything else.
Right, exactly. No, I'm liking it. And I like the alternate Got No Strings song playing in the background. A little bit different from the vocal one that we heard from the first trailer. Mm-hmm. Now you get a little plink plonk piano action in this one, and
a little more discordant and uncertain, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited about this.
I'm super stoked. I can't wait for this. I think it looks awesome. And so for me, the main tonal difference between these two trailers is the Hulk versus Tony business seems to be pretty hardcore. So whatever that's about, whyever that's happening,
we hope those kids figure out their differences and work it out.
I hope so too. And there are hints of Civil War in that, and just like little bits of stuff. So anyway, if you're not a comic book fan but you're a movie fan, you have to be excited. If you're a comic book fan, you have to be over the moon. And even if you're just a Joss Whedon fan, then you're probably pretty excited. All right.
Right.
But also my man crush continues with Mark Ruffalo. Can't get enough of that.
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
I don't know what it is about him. All right, Brian, we got phone calls today.
Okay. All right, let's hear it.
Check this one out. This is a call from an old friend, it says.
I see that, yeah.
Let's play it.
Hey, I wanted to chime in because you guys had mentioned some stuff about the Caucasians and the Hispanics, and as I get really thinking about your community, that's what they're going to talk about, right? So why not chime in with my own ignorance, yo? What I was thinking was, Spanish people are kind of white, don't you think? Or maybe they were talking about those Mexican guys who kind of look white, and I think they call them Guidos. But maybe those are the guys in Jersey. I really don't know. Anyway, there's something for you guys to chew on. I got to get back to work. I got some stuff cooking. But next time you go calling Vince Gilligan, as you say, would you please refer to him correctly as Vince Gillivet? Would really appreciate it, bitch.
Okay, so I think that was supposed to be Jesse Pinkman there.
That was very Jesse Pinkman, and the Guidos.
Yeah, sounds about right to me. It's his level of understanding of racial tension.
Right. Bitch.
Yeah. A bit at the end, he's cooking something, I think I know what's going on.
Great.
All right, so that was a fun little call. But we got a real one here that is really fascinating based on what he tells us about how far and wide TMS spreads. So here you go.
Had a little moment today at the Best Buy headquarters here. Was trucking on downstairs, grabbing my breakfast with my yellow and white TMS coffee mug, and paying for my food, and the guy behind me, hey, is that the morning stream, man? And I'm like, yeah, it is. He's like, really? I'm thinking about setting up the coffee club. I'm like, it's great. So I had a little TMS powwow with a perfect stranger over at the headquarters of the Best Buy, and I thought you might want to know. We got a little fan club going here. So love the show, bro.
There you go. Isn't that cool?
Popular amongst the Geek Squad.
The Geek Squad and the blue shirts and the whatnots. I wonder how they're doing. The Best Buy. They're increasingly living in a time where people go in there to price things so they can get them on Amazon. You know what I mean?
Right.
I worry about them. I worry about the bricks and the mortars. I'm not like a naysayer that says, the progress is terrible and that we shouldn't move wherever the market takes us. I believe that that's a good thing, but it still makes me just a little bit sad,
Yeah, it's funny when you talk about brick and mortar shops. For whatever reason, I don't lump Best Buy into that because I know they're a brick and mortar shop, right? Mm-hmm. You walk into them, you pick up the Sony earbuds, the cheapo $5.99 bin of Blu-rays of Blade sequels and Ashton Kutcher films.
Sure,
but I feel like is there a difference between the brick and mortar and the big box store?
Yeah,
because I think of a brick and mortar as the more the mom and pop kind of place, the independent.
For me, it's just anything that's got a physical presence. So big box or not, if it's like a store that is its primary reason for existing is that people come through that front door and buy stuff, that to me is brick and mortar. And their survival often depends on how strong their online sales are. So like maybe Best Buy's cleaning up online. I don't know.
I buy a lot of stuff. Well, I buy a lot of stuff online from Best Buy. I also like to avoid going to Best Buy and walking through, and I actually do a lot of purchases online where I buy the stuff at Best Buy, and then I can just walk in with a receipt, and it's waiting for me at the customer service counter, and I walk out.
Yeah, that is a kind of a nice thing, right?
It's a good way to make sure that the thing I want is going to be there.
Yeah. So my experience with Best Buy is that it's always fun to go in there. I used to feel this way about. Do you remember Ultimate Electronics?
I do. I totally remember Ultimate Electronics.
What was the other one? The Incredible Universe. City. Did you guys have an Incredible Universe?
We didn't have an Incredible Universe. We had
that place.
We had Soundtrack, Circuit City. CompUSA was always fun to walk into.
Yeah. Did you have Future Shop?
No, we didn't have Future Shop.
We had all those things we've talked about, and they're all gone except for Best Buy. That's it. Everything else is gone.
And don't get me wrong, especially those folks out there who are listening who work at the corporate headquarters of Best Buy.
Yeah.
We do like Best Buy. I like Best Buy.
Oh, no. I'm not wishing them to go away by any means.
God, no. Heavens, no.
That's my whole point, is wouldn't it be nice to see somebody other than just Walmart and Target thrive in a post-internet world where, where Amazon is eating their lunch all the time?
I'd like to see a return of some sort of specific computer store, like CompUSA kind of used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fry's is like that now, sort of ish.
Yeah,
although,
and we have
dude,
a Micro Center way at the other end of town.
Oh, Fry's is so bad right now. I went to that Fry's in Vegas. It's I don't know what to compare it to. It's a shit show. It's awful in there. Yeah.
Really?
Empty shelves, stuff strewn everywhere. Like it's a sad, hulking, cavernous waste. I feel bad when I go in there. But yeah, the what'd you say? What's the one near you? What's it called?
Micro Center is the one that we have here that I really like, but it's at the other end of town. And they are a massive computer electronics store. You go there, there's a section where you go if you're doing a build-at-home PC, and you buy all the little components, and they have shelves and shelves of choices. But then if you like, well, I need a router, or I need a crimper to make Ethernet cables, or I need video games, or I need, like it is a great store, and I would probably go there more often if it was a lot closer.
Well, you never know what you're going to get until you go and try it out. But yeah, I would really like to see things like that, like a Micro Center or something, rise up and become a thing that's so cool. Be the vinyl of the online buying age or whatever, where people still want you for some reason.
Right. I'm actually going to go to the store because it's vintage and hipster cool, man.
Mm-hmm. Here's the next company I think goes away, though. Okay, so I'm going to make a prediction. I don't like making this prediction because it involves people's jobs and livelihood and everything else.
Hate to see people, losing their jobs or companies closing.
Sure, but I predict GameStop is right up there. It's got to be, because that's changing so rapidly. Digital is so much a huge part of what's happening now that it's near impossible for me. Like, if I know there's a hot new release coming out for one of my consoles, I am way more interested in just downloading that thing than I am going in there.
Yeah, but you don't always get that option.
Almost. You do now. PS4, Xbox One, digital day one, every day, all the time. Yeah,
really?
there is no separation anymore. Yes, last console generation there was a turning point there, but these new gen consoles, all of them, day and date digital.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
That's my whole thing. It's like you can go. Let's just think of a game. Anything, like something coming out. I don't know. What's coming out? Nothing's coming out. Something big.
Some new Assassin's Creed thing, right?
Sure.
There's new Assassin's Creed. Coming,
in some cases, you can if you get it on the console digital, they'll let you have it early, as opposed to going to the store and waiting in some line or whatever to get the thing. Like, there's very few, other than some of the advantages of not having to be online to have it checked to see if you're a legitimate owner and all that stuff.
Right.
There's very little reason for me to go get a disc anymore.
Where are you going to go get your Prima Games guide to show you where all the little hidden shoes are in Assassin's Creed?
Are they still?
Go pick up shoes.
They still do that, right? Like, that's a thing you can buy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Prima guides.
They actually have an
PrimaGames.com.
iPad app. Prior to Warlords of Draenor coming out, I actually picked up for like a quarter of the price. They had some sort of coupon deals, like, I'll pick this up, and then I've got like maps to all the zones and stuff like that I can have on my iPad screen while I'm in game. And
well, they have a very interesting website now. It sounds like just any old blog. Check this out: the best fatalities in Mortal Kombat 10. Is Devil May Cry Remastered Edition worth the money? Like, what's the difference between this and like Joystick or something?
Here's a list of 20 Pokemon you must collect.
Yeah, and it's not. But these aren't even guides. They're like news. Like, let's see.
Well, that is the best way to go, right? Is to make yourself valuable with stuff like that.
But yeah, but
with content as opposed to just books. We only have something new when a new game's coming out.
Right, but it would be like you and I doing This American Life ripoff. Like, This Other American Life is brought to you by, like, I don't know, because all of these things in here just seem like
American
stuff.
Stream.
Who's going to PrimaGames.com to get their hot gaming news every day? Not me.
Yeah, right.
Well, anyway, good luck to him. I hope it all works out. Need to get Mario Kart 8. All right. Hey, that's it for all that. Let's call Daryl now. Nothing you can do about it. I'm calling him. You can tell me. You can tell me right now. Don't call him, and I'd say F off. I'm calling him. It's happening. It's happening. Help! Help! It's happening. What's that from? What's that from?
Help!
It's happening. Here it is.
Help! It's happening.
Here's the little
the Flood movie, right?
I think it's the little Munchkin one, the one the one with the evil gargoyle dude, or what's that called? He's like a little Lucky Charms man.
Leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
That's right. That's what it was. Yes.
A little Lucky Charms man. It's Stump a Trek Nerd, and it's brought to you by
ManiacalIndustries.com. Back again with funny science t-shirts made with all the love of a daddy penguin. Aww. Follow at Maniacal. Twit on the tweeters where we promise to never act superior about our fine sushi restaurants. ManiacalIndustries.com.
Well, thankfully, somebody out there. I think we're going to that next week again. Sounds good right now. All right, Daryl, what's going on? How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
It's nice to see they're still flying your flag high. Daryl, one of my favorite things now is Daryl in the morning will vine a video of him driving past a giant warehouse with a huge American flag on it. And it's just nice to see, that thing still stands.
That's a new Amazon warehouse they're building.
Oh, wow,
here.
really?
And they have this, I don't know how many stories tall that flag is. Must be 5 stories tall.
Speaking of Amazon warehouses, so we have some here in Salt Lake or in Utah somewhere, and then there's some in, I think almost every state now has something.
Yeah, I think so.
I hear those are real rough in there. Like, just rough, just
bad working environment kind of thing.
Yeah, is that? I don't know if we can get any kind of insider on that, but there's talk of. I was reading something somewhere saying people in there are overworked, over hours, like it's just constantly crazy. The reason, Brian, that you might get a box that looks like it could fit 3 people in it, but inside is SD card, is because they just are so frantic. It's like grab whatever box you can, put whatever thing you can, like it's just. Wow. And they're trying to automate more of that and like literally have robots go and sort through things, and like it's that crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, good job there. What's his name? Steve.
Well, they
Bezos.
probably have one specific person that works just for Brian's orders, right? It's just like a guy who's like, all right, what did Brian order today?
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't, you hit certain level as a Prime subscriber, and then you get your own dude, your own house man. Yeah, it's a great idea. All right, Daryl, let's get to this here. You are the Trek nerd. We do Star Trek trivia on the show. We do it every morning. And here you are to do it again. In a Next Generation episode is what our question comes from. And you are to decipher what episode this clip comes from. Okay? Here you go.
Okay. It's the whole experience.
Oh, jeez.
First of all, you have to spoon the fudge around the rim, leaving only the ice cream in the middle.
I don't know if I want to play this whole thing.
You gently spoon the ice cream around the sides.
Okay, I can't do the whole.
Oh my God, it's like they have the microphone like in her mouth.
You know what it's like? It's like stirring hot. It's like the sound of stirring hot mac and cheese. Do you know that sound? Yeah, it's gross. It's gross. All right, Daryl. I can't go on barely, but I will. Here are your possible options. Was it A, The Outcast, B, Suddenly Human? That was my favorite Brooke Shields sitcom in the 90s, Suddenly Human. C, The Game, or D, Half a Life? Half a Life. Not Half-Life, but Half a Life. So The Outcast, Suddenly Human, The Game, Half a Life. Those are your options. Whilst you think about it. Oh, hold on. There we go, right here.
Let's have some breakfast.
All right, it's fine.
How can you eat at a time like this?
Because I'm hungry.
All right, fine. That works today.
I'm hungry too.
Hello, Money Penny.
Hungry for some breakfast.
You ever lose your car keys? All right, we need to grab this box again. Ah! I'm gonna fall. Quick trivia, Brian. Who was the lady actress in that movie with Sean Connery where he loses his car keys? He had the cure to cancer and he lost it.
Yes, it was the woman who was in Braveheart as well, and her name Lorraine Bracco. Right?
You are correct.
She was not in Braveheart.
She was not in Braveheart. I was going to say
yeah.
But she was in The Sopranos.
She's Melfi, Dr. Melfi.
Dr. Melfi.
I was confusing her with was it the Mosquito Coast? That.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw Mosquito Coast. I don't think I ever saw that, and that's weird because
movie belongs in a museum.
That's weird because I really like Ridley Scott movies, and I just never saw that one. So, all right.
So here's the one I'm going to recommend we enjoy today.
Give us a recommendal.
The chewy milk candy that is flavored like taro root.
Oh, okay. I just happen to have that in my hand. Oh, wow. So it looks like a green, root thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Inside of a taro root.
It says chewy, but they're hard as a rock.
Yes, it's the good taste of the fashion life, according to the label.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Good taste of the fashion life.
That's the thing that looks like a hand grenade that grew on a tree.
Yes, exactly. And Scott, can you tell me what this contains from the very back of the bag in bright red and green letters?
Yeah, I sure can.
On the left side.
Hold on. Oh, it's made 100% creamy Shannon. What is creamy Shannon?
I don't know.
That's weird. Okay, they say they're chewy, but that looks hard. Oh, well, whatever.
Oh, did you already? Wow, I haven't even gotten my bag yet.
Yeah, I got it out. I pulled it out. I whipped it out. If you know what I'm saying.
The bag.
All right. These are nicely packaged, though.
They really are.
Onion skin transparency there and all that. I like that.
You're not going to have just any sort of packaging for your 100% creamy Shannon.
Mm-mm.
And according to this, they have flavor.
Yeah.
Flavor. Oh, look at that. It looks like a big dry
booger
piece of clay that, you'd pick up on the floor after art class.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm a little nervous, to be honest.
The taro root's tasty.
Is it?
When it's like sweetened and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that smells like.
That does not smell like anything.
Smells like your grandmother's knuckle.
It's like the smallest bun, doughy wad of bread dough you've ever seen in your life.
I think it might be a knuckle. I think
could actually be
knuckles. If you popped one out, this is what it would look like and smell like.
We take our elderly to a factory and take off their knuckles and feed it to our people. All right, here we go. That's why it's creamy Shannon, old Grandma Shannon. All right, here we go. Okay. I don't want to kill myself yet.
I don't know. Maybe I will.
Actually, this isn't bad.
Is it?
Once you get down to it, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of got a nutty thing going on.
I'm unsure.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Okay, that's a pleasant surprise. That's not bad. I feel like that's something too that's not just full of crap sugar. That's just dumb for me,
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know. It's like they scraped the goo off of somebody's shoe that walked through a candy factory all day.
Oh.
I don't like it. I think I'm gonna vote no on this.
You're voting no? Big no? All right.
Yeah.
Daryl pulled out his no stamp. That's what you get. Okay. I don't mind it. I kind of like it.
Has kind of an appley aftertaste. If it had more of that, it'd be good. But it's too much of the goo from the shoe.
Crazy says this podcast sounds like stirring hot mac and cheese. First, you lick around the rim of the taro root.
Ugh.
And then you...
It's a fair point.
Somebody needs to throw a my body into that audio clip somewhere.
My body. All right, Daryl.
Lick around the rim. My body.
My body. Daryl, let's lick around the rim of
your butt
and find out.
Oh my God! A modicum of subtlety on this show.
Let's get right back to the. What are we doing? Birthdays? Anyone celebrating? Somebody has to be. Please tell me it's not her.
Am I on an ELR? Where's O?
Yeah, where is O?
That's like something he would
ELR.
say.
I think we've crossed over into Night Attack territory.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, now what? Who? What?
Birthdays.
Birthday.
Yeah, birthday.
Brandy Sherwood is 44 today. What did she do? She was on the TNG episode The High Ground and helped rescue Wesley's mom in that episode, but then that scene was cut out, so she was never really in it.
So she was never actually in Star Trek, but we're celebrating her birthday.
Oh, had her one scene snipped out.
That's too bad. Yeah. They could have left that in and removed about 90% of the. You know what? Take out all the Alexander Rashenko episodes and just put in her scene. That's a fair trade. All right, fair enough. Happy birthday to her. The Star Trek, the stardom that wasn't. What does she do now? She's still acting? She's still doing it?
Yeah, I'm sure she's got to be in stuff.
All right, well, good. Hopefully it's not all being thrown to the cutting room floor.
She was a big-time model and stuff back in the day.
No, all right.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. Oh, good for her. Like a couple old ladies in Minnesota. Well, I finished Bernie yesterday. I highly recommend that movie. I thought it was great. I really liked Bernie a lot. And the true story behind it is bananas.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. That Linklater, he can make
it's
movies.
It's a very different Jack Black, right? Is that for people who are like big Jack Black fans? You're not going to find your typical Tenacious D Jack Black in it.
No, however, definitely not his frat pack kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you will get Jack Black singing more than he ever does in movies. So,
really?
Yeah, so if you like his Tenacious D because he has actually a really awesome range and great singing voice, you'll love this.
Oh,
because he does a lot of singing in it, and it's impressive. He's impressive. He blew my mind, actually. I got my renewed Jack Black card here. I'm stoked about what he does now.
Nice.
All right. Moving on to Daryl's question. You got The Outcast, Suddenly Human, The Game, or Half a Life, and you now have to choose half an answer.
Okay, I will choose half an answer. I will choose C and D because I don't know.
C and D. All right.
Wow.
That's my half an answer.
That's actually two answers. That's
so
two.
It's half a game.
Yeah, that's half a game. Half an answer would be like I'll take and not pick The Outcast or whatever.
Right.
I think if you really don't know, you should just go random on us here. I like when you do that. Flip a coin, something.
Oh, so then it's not C or D.
Do you have well, I'm not saying, but do you have a four-sided dice? You could just throw that.
Well,
a four-sided dice.
I don't think there's such a thing, is there? I know there's five-sided.
It looked like a little pyramid.
Pyramids, yeah, right? Isn't that? It's four-sided.
Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, do they have pyramid ones?
Yeah.
Okay. I know they have five. I have a five-sided, but I didn't know about a four. I guess they probably have every sided up to 20 at least.
No, I don't think they have any 19-sided dice.
Okay, good point. That would be a weird thing to have. If anyone has one of those, let me know. I'd like to get one for my very rare 18. It's like when I used to play, when I played on my brother's broken chess board that had an extra row of squares on it, and that's how I trained myself to play. So bad.
I'm supposed to get an answer wrong on Wednesday, I think.
Tomorrow,
is a prediction.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you better get this right, dude.
This might happen a day early.
There are people sitting in a smoke-filled room in the Bellagio right now looking at some screens, hoping that you don't screw this up.
That's right. All holding their tickets, waiting with bated breath.
Mm-hmm. About to celebrate.
Tonight I start season 5 of Breaking Bad.
Oh my gosh! So you finished 4 then?
Yes, that was a great. They could have just stopped it right there, and I would have.
Ding, 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 ding.
I agree. If you want to know, when I drew my best-selling, because it is still one of the best-selling things I ever put on my store, the Walter White drawing I did. I did it the night I saw the season 4 finale, which is why he's got that Band-Aid on his nose.
Ah,
yeah.
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, it should all come together for you. But I just loved season 4, man. Freaking loved it. Oh man.
Yeah.
4 was amazing. 5 is also amazing. Wait, 5 is split into 2. Brian, remind me. He's almost done.
5 is split into 2 halves.
So you're on the rest. You're on the final season. Oh man. Okay. The way we saw it was all spread out, but you're going to see it all at once.
The next thing he sees is going to be a very unusual scene that he won't be able to figure out what's going on
until
that's never happened before.
Yeah, they never do that.
It's going to feel completely out of place, and it's gonna raise more questions than answers.
Yeah,
I guess that is pretty.
They outdo what they already do. I think.
Yeah.
They take you. They know that you know they're good at that, and then they take it to someplace else and take it just a bit higher than you're expecting. It's really something else. Mm-hmm. Also.
Well said.
Also, well, I don't want to spoil it for Daryl. I know that we're well past the 2 weeks, but I don't want to spoil it for Daryl. Some big stuff coming, man. Big stuff. All right. Enjoy yourself. Daryl, what do you think?
Okay.
Make a damn
I guess
pick.
we have to get back to this.
Oh, the train.
I'm just going to say C.
Train! Okay, sorry. What?
What? Who's in pain? What?
No, there's Morningwood in the chat room reminded me that this is the season with the train.
Yeah, the train. Oh, the train. And the season with the
Landry.
Landry, dude. Freaking
okay, sorry. Go
Landry.
Ahead.
Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway, you're making me want to go watch it again. This whole show.
Actually.
Although I don't know if I want to watch Hank go through his trouble again. That's hard.
Yeah. There was some tough stuff on season 4.
If I were to want to jump back into Breaking Bad and like rewatch it, I might actually just start with season 5. Like, just might pick just go through that last season again.
So good.
I don't know. Season 2 was so good. Oh
yeah, 1 and 2 were really great. They were funny.
Yeah.
Now I know why people are saying, "Oh, it's not funny," because 1 and 2 are funny. The rest are totally not.
Well, they were funny in. Yeah, it's a pretty twisted funny.
Things take a very dark turn once things happen to Jane. I think Jane is the point at which the funny spigot gets turned down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, between 2 and 3, they just turned it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
That's true. Much. They pretty much did.
Yeah.
But good job, Q. Anyway.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good. He getting his crusty space hand notwithstanding, and his cheap. Oh no, you don't have $1 of the 30 I charge for my for a photo. All that notwithstanding.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, Daryl, pick it. Pick it like the booger you want.
I think I said C, and I feel like you're steering me to A and B, but I'm going to pick C anyway.
All right. Let's see if it's C. Is it C?
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Oh.
You're a winner.
Dodge the bullet one more day.
Suss that out.
Yeah. Commander Riker comes back from a trip to Risa, the pleasure planet. Brings back with him a game with him. Everybody's addicted to the game before Deanna gives Riker a lesson on how to eat chocolate and ice cream. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's your episode. That's your Daryl. He is at the Trek Nerd at the Trek Nerd on Twitter. He's also on This Week in Trek, thisweekintrek.com, and the Grumpy Cast. Is the other one.
I think we do. I think once Daryl finishes Breaking Bad, I think we do 1 week of. It's funny.
I love that idea. I love that idea. That's awesome.
Iceworm just gave me the idea, or said something in the on Twitter about, is this stump a Breaking Bad nerd? But we do 1 week of Breaking Bad questions instead of Star Trek.
I love that idea, and it can't be next week though, because there's a big chance I'll be in my procedure on Thursday. And I want to do a full
we'll do it
week.
the week after.
Yeah,
we got to wait until he's done with season 5 anyway.
Yeah,
so.
You got to finish this thing. Although at the rate you're going, you'll be done by this weekend.
Oh yeah, I will be.
Okay, well maybe it is next week, and we'll start it, and then we'll just finish it whenever. But I love that idea. It's an awesome idea. All right, Daryl, let's play a game with us that you're going to call Herb or whatever. What is it?
Well, before I start this, I must remind you, you are 0 for 5 this year. You have won none.
Yeah. Thank you for that reminder.
Daryl's 5 for 5. We're 0 for 5. Fair enough. Yeah. All right, go for it.
Okay. Star Trek element or Breaking Bad element?
All right, here's your theme.
Congratulations.
Oh, why is that playing? Sorry.
I don't know, but boy, that sure makes me happy.
Here it is. Sorry. Here we go. Whoops. What's wrong with my thing? Oh, all right.
Oh, doing accent is no racist if a relative is Oriental.
Okay, everything I'm clicking, everything is all not working. Anyway, that's all Fletcher.
Wow, that's like a bad mic or something.
All right, so sorry, go. What's the thing?
Happy birthday.
Rhubarbium.
Rhubarbium. Something's wrong with my soundboard. Rhubarbium?
Rhubarbium. Get Dvorak and
jeez,
Curry in here to fix your soundboard.
No doubt, they know how.
Rhubarbium.
The morning stream.
Okay, it's working now.
At least that one works.
That one worked.
Rhubarbium. It sounds like.
It sounds fake.
It totally sounds fake.
Which means it's got to be real.
Right. I mean, I can't imagine. Well, again, how many of these answers have I given by saying, I can't imagine this would be dumb enough for Star Trek to come up with, like rhubarbium. Like it's.
Yeah. This is like a basketball team that's
someone would get laughed out of the writer's room on Star Trek if they were saying, well, let's have them go to this planet. They have to get this special herb called rhubarbium.
Yeah, it sounds like unobtainium to me.
It does.
Like Avatar. So we're going to say it's real because there's no way someone does as dumb a name as that.
Right. Oh, wait, is it Star Trek herb or Breaking Bad herb or just real herb?
Star Trek element or Breaking Bad element.
Oh, geez.
Oh, an element. Oh. I feel like it's got to be real or else there's no way he'd.
Rhubarbium?
I'm triple guessing myself here.
I know.
I don't know, dude.
I say we go back to Star Trek.
You think it's Star Trek?
I think it's Star Trek.
Okay.
Put it on me. If we're wrong, it's on me.
All right, it's on Brian if we're wrong. All right, we say Star Trek.
Okay. This was a periodic table graphic on a TV show, and that TV show was The Next Generation. Episode Rascals.
Oh,
the streak has been broken.
Brian broke the streak. Good job, everyone. Daryl loses today. Well, he still won, but he...
They showed a periodic table of elements on Next Generation, and rhubarbium was one of the things on there?
That's terrible. I'm glad you said let's go against what we think, because that's so dumb.
It has an atomic weight of pi. Rhubarb pie. Get it? Pie?
I get it.
Levels.
That's pretty good.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
Ooh, it's the news, and it's brought to you by...
Hey kids, you still waking up for an 8 a.m. morning stream?
No.
Check out Transmission, a morning show covering robots, coffee, and everything else. Join brothers Kyle and Kenny every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Mountain Time to discover why you should never hire a cat engineer and how cold pizza can end friendships. Go to goodstuff.fm/transmission.
I think it's funny that their names are Kyle and Kenny, and those are two characters on South Park.
Right.
I wonder if that's caused any issues.
Like a cease and desist from Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Well, not that, but like if they are ever watching South Park and just annoyed that these two characters have their names. I don't know. Maybe they're young. Maybe they were born. I mean, that show's like 18 years old.
I'm sure I'm sure they were born before South Park.
Could be.
They were given their names before.
Could be.
Could be.
What if they're only 17? Like
only 17.
South Park came out a year before.
Kip Winger wrote a song about them.
17. An optimist. Whoa! I just kicked my garbage can over. Wonderful. An optimist boasts.
Was it half full?
That's actually really funny. Nice tie-in.
Thank you.
If you're an optimist, apparently, you will have a healthier life. You will live longer. You will not have as much heart disease. This is according to a new study. A recent study just been released. People who are more optimistic in attitude and in all walks of life tend to be healthier in terms of their hearts. Being an optimist does not only lead to better outlook towards life, but also helpful in maintaining better cardiovascular health. If you don't believe me, look at this one. University of Illinois had more than 5,100 adults. It's a strange number. Lead author Professor Rosalba Hernandez. Rosalba Hernandez. That's a cool name to say. It's fun to say. Conducted the study in order to develop a more perfect develop a correlation between healthy heart and optimism. The research suggests that people who are more optimistic in most aspects of their lives are likely to be in better cardiovascular shape, as opposed to their pessimistic counterparts. Counterparts, you know.
Counterparts.
Speaking of which, Parks and Rec last episode tonight, right? Did I hear that?
First episode of the final season tonight.
Oh, okay. All right.
The beginning of the end.
What's her name? Aubrey Plaza put up a photo of who's that guy everyone makes fun of on the show? The older dude.
Jerry.
Jerry's got his arm on fire for some reason. So
nice.
I guess we should tune in.
I love that show. This season apparently takes place in the future.
Oh gosh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's fine though. I mean, got to do what you got to do. I wonder if it'll end with Sam Malone staring into a dark, empty bar.
No, it'll end with Bob Newhart waking up.
Oh, okay, great. Anyway,
looking into a snow globe.
Be happier, be more optimistic, and you will live longer, according to this. That's all that is. The White House says they are sorry and they made a mistake.
Yeah, I saw this on the news today.
The government admitted a mistake?
Really? Well, they say probably. I think they phrase it as, yeah, we probably made a mistake.
Probably,
or something like that.
Yeah. It says here the U.S. government said that it should have sent someone with a higher profile to Sunday's Paris Unity rally. Comes after the U.S. media criticized Barack Obama and Secretary of State John Kerry. Why the long face? For not attending the demonstration. The rally, which followed 3 terror attacks in Paris, was attended by an estimated 1.6 million people and some 40 world leaders. The U.S. ambassador to France was the highest-ranking official attending. On Monday, White House spokesman Josh Earnest. It's a great name for a spokesman.
It totally is.
Josh Earnest. He's new, I guess. The other dude left. Anyway, said Barama. President Obama wished he could have attended, but the onerous and significant security preparations for a presidential visit required more than a 36-hour advance notice. That kind of makes sense to me. He added, however, it's fair to say we should have sent someone with a higher profile. 17 people died in the attacks. which included the entire staff of that magazine, a police officer, and at a kosher supermarket. So here's the deal.
Je suis Charlie.
Here's the deal. They should have sent at least John Kerry.
Right.
Right. That's
his
job.
Should have sent Biden.
Or Biden.
Biden's not doing anything.
Yeah, what's he doing?
Right.
He's got talent.
he's laughing it up in a Sizzler somewhere.
Yeah, a Sizzler. That sounds right. I don't know. It's nice they admitted it. And yes, look, everybody who just wants to jump on anything a president says, it does take a little more time than 36-hour notice to get a president anywhere. That includes whoever your beloved old, Reagan had to do that too. Okay, everyone does, especially today. In this day and age, so it's not that big a deal. But sending somebody with a higher profile, like what's Hillary Clinton doing? Isn't her job something like this? What does she do? I forget. She's a.
Oh gosh.
What is she?
I don't know.
She's not Secretary of State because that's John Kerry. She's
No. Yeah, right. She's
I don't know. What does she do? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton.
Oh well, we found something that. We can goof up more than sports.
Oh, she was that. She was former Secretary of State. She's not doing that anymore. What's she doing now? She's just nothing. Oh, she's just sitting around deciding if she's going to run for president again.
She's waiting to do something in 2016, right? Or
probably.
Yeah.
What's Chelsea Clinton doing? Wow. Anyway, she looks like her dad. HelloFresh.com is sponsoring the show. HelloFresh.com is amazing. Hey, let's see what recipes they have this week. We didn't do that yesterday. Let's do it today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to look right now. Here we go. Our recipes this week. Ooh, I'm nervous. Ooh, what do we have? Okay, teriyaki chicken with baby back choy. Baby bok choy. I got my baby back. And coconut rice. That sounds amazing. I love coconut rice. Lebanese meatballs over bulgur wheat. That's got ground beef, cumin, cinnamon, allspice, panko, garlic, onion. Man, if you want a little taste
Jimmy
of the
Buffett,
Mideast.
Big on the bulgur wheat.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Loves that in his cheeseburger bun, his bulgur wheat.
Weird. Seared cod with sauteed greens and quinoa. Not quinoa, like I might have said in the old days. Herb-encrusted pork chops, or herb, depending on who you are, with roasted carrots and parsnips. Parsnips, they make those still. And then one pot Mexican quinoa. Listen to this. Quinoa, garlic, jalapeno, cumin, chili powder, stock concentrate, black beans, diced tomatoes, corn, feta, and avocado. Guess how long it takes that to make? 30 minutes!
That's it?
That's it.
I want just that one right now.
They're all a difficult level. They have a difficulty level on all of these, and they're all 1. So anyone can freaking do it. All you got to do is go check it out. Check out these recipes. See what's coming this week, next week, all weeks, from real chefs straight to your door in farm fresh condition. And you can make it in 30 minutes or less. Use the code MorningStream at checkout for 50% off for you first-time customers. That's 50% off for the code MorningStream.
If communists have attempted to inject their propaganda into the motion picture, they have failed miserably.
It is Celebrity Poop, and it's brought to you by nobody.
The Double R Diner, where you can get delicious pie and a steaming hot cup of coffee. That's a fine piece of pie.
Hey, that might lead into our first story, oddly enough.
Yeah,
strangely enough.
How did that work out?
Kyle MacLachlan is officially returning to be in the new Twin Peaks.
Nice.
He's quoted as saying, quote, "The spice must flow."
Is that what he's going to say?
I hope so. He is back in the suit. So he's been menacing agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. lately, right? That's been his job, I guess. I still haven't seen that show, but I guess he's a bad guy in that.
He's been, he's been involved in that show, and I won't say anything more about that.
Okay. Has it been more than 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah. He's been in.
Right.
He's been in several. I really can't say. God, it's. Even though it's been more than 2 weeks, that's a show that I do, want to respect for people to not be spoiled on, because it's really good, and it's probably even better as a binge watch because
that's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, there's pacing, I wouldn't say issues, but it's slower pace, so you want to get as much as you can in at once.
Well, he's donning the suit to be Agent Dale Cooper to lead 9 brand new episodes of Twin Peaks. And they've even posted a pic. In fact, David Lynch himself posted a picture of the actor in his iconic black suit, cup of coffee in hand.
Nice. Now I want to know if Diane's coming back.
Well, that's a good question. If she does, here's my question to you, Brian. Hold on a second. Okay, you got to have this ready. If she does come back, will she be
wrapped in plastic?
So there's that.
Now,
That's exciting.
Diane was the woman that he was always talking to on his recorder, like when he pulled out his little tape recorder, a little mini cassette recorder, and was like, Diane, we found a newspaper clipping underneath Laura Palmer's fingernail. It's an R. We don't know what it means.
Did what's his name? Ray Wise? He's no longer alive in the show, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Bob, I think Laura Palmer's dad is dead.
Let's see. Yeah, he'd be dead. Wouldn't it be great if he came back, though, because he's still kicking it. Yeah. 67, all tanned up, looking good.
Just saw him in some TV show, and I can't remember what it was. It was Agent Carter. It's funny, we were just talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I hear that's great.
Ray Wise was just in Agent Carter.
I hear that's awesome, that Agent Carter.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, I need to see it.
It feels very throwback, like very, very much an homage to that style of storytelling.
Good.
From the 40s and 50s.
The 40s and 50s, right? Like it's old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that. That's what I want in my life. I want some period piece business.
Yes.
I want superhero meets Mad Men. How about that?
Yes.
Without all of the sad life stuff.
Without all of the drinking and
well, anyway, this is all very exciting. They announced the iconic series will return in 2016 with 9 new episodes, directed by Lynch himself. Fans were left pretty disappointed about how the show ended almost 25 years ago. And although a prequel film, Fire Walk With Me, provided some additional weirdness for them to digest, none of them would ever thought they would get a direct continuation of that finale. Disturbing scene involving Agent Dale Cooper's bloody head and a mirror. Oh my gosh, that's right. And isn't the deal?
Really?
Isn't the deal that show? Yeah. Don't you remember that?
I never saw the finale. I don't think I saw much of season 2 after the whole chess. It just seemed like it was getting
weird.
I mean, it was always weird, but it was like getting off the rails.
Yeah. Expect Racerhead to walk out any minute.
Right, exactly.
But
I'm going to give it another chance because I was young.
Yeah. I feel like kind of rewatching it, honestly. And because I don't remember a ton of things, to be honest. Like a lot of the details are kind of lost on me. So maybe I'll do that again as I prepare for it. But I want to say, I wasn't the final scene. Someone can confirm this, but I thought the final scene was set in 2015. Like it was set in the future.
Oh, really?
20 years hence, yeah. And that might be where they...
Oh, you said that? Yeah, you asked that before.
And no one ever answered.
And we weren't able to find anything.
Yeah.
Will Cheryl and Fenn be back?
I don't know.
Hubba.
No, she'd be wrapped in plastic. Stephen Colbert, you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, Colbert.
He's getting a late show premiere date, taking over for Dave Letterman there. I'm a little sad to see Dave go. I know I keep saying that, but I know he's grumpy. And his head hasn't been in it for a while, but I love Dave. Anyway, he's coming on. Known for a satirical comedy series or Comedy Central series, The Colbert Report, Colbert will be taking the reins from longtime host David Letterman, who announced he would be stepping down from the post last year. He says, I have 9 months to make a show just like a baby. So first, I should find out how you make a baby, says Colbert.
Nice.
The production's office is open. The premiere date is set. And people are incredibly excited to welcome the creative and comedic genius of Stephen Colbert to CBS Late Night this fall, says Nina Tassler, chairman of CBS Entertainment. The big date is September 8th, 2015. So watch for that. I am very curious about it because he's not coming as the character Stephen Colbert. He's coming as the dude. And that's weird, right? Because
it is going to be weird, right? Yeah, it's going to be, I don't know, like unnerving to see him being sincere and genuine.
Mm-hmm. As an everyday,
snarky.
Yeah, as a thing he would do on the show all the time. You know, whether or not the show has a lot of political sting, like he's been known for, I don't know. Like when he left the Daily Show, he was already that character on the Daily Show, and he just carried it over and made it large on his own show. Now it's just like, what are you now? What is this thing you're going to be? I don't know. I'm really curious about it, and I think it's going to be good. So watch for that. Tweaked Audio sponsoring the show. Listen to this show and other cool things on your earbuds. Good earbuds from Tweaked Audio. Go to tweakedaudio.com for a lifetime warranty and a discount, 33% off for using the code STREAM at checkout. That's going to do it for us in that department. Let's take a break. When we get back, we'll have Fitness Geek, we'll have Jury Duty, we'll have more. Brian, what song do we have right now?
All right. Well, Luke wrote in, said, "Hi, Itchy and Scratchy.
Oh.
A few years ago, I asked Mr. Coverville if he could play the Brian Wilson cover of the Bare Naked Ladies song called Brian Wilson that I had heard existed. At the time, I don't think Brian was able to find a version of it. Maybe, just maybe, after a few years, he might be able to find it. If not, no worries. I've given other options. Long live TMS. Thank you so much, Luke." Still not. It was still not available anywhere I could track it down. There was a live version of that Brian Wilson recorded at the Roxy in 2000 that he included on a live album, but it's only one verse and the chorus, so it's not the whole song. And I want to find the whole song. Eventually, someday, it's going to be out there, and I'm going to play it. One of the other options, though, he included was any great lesser-known cover of a Queen song. And Scott, you and I both love Queen.
We love Queen.
And as I was digging through my Queen covers, I found a song that's like, oh yeah, here's a song that is kind of, again, it's a lesser-known track from A Night at the Opera. Big album for them, of course, with Bohemian Rhapsody, big song on there. Brian May would usually include a song or two on each of the early Queen albums.
Yeah.
And it sounded very different because, you've got the big, booming, iconic voice of Freddie Mercury, and Brian May's, in comparison, was a lot more subdued, a lot more laid back. And on the album A Night at the Opera, he included a song called 39, which is on the surface sounds like a story about a ship that sails away and comes back, and the main character's wife has passed away, and he didn't get to say goodbye, kind of thing. But when you read about it, when you read more information about it, and of course you couple that with Brian May's science fiction, or science, I shouldn't say science fiction, his science background. He's an astrophysicist.
That guy's a brilliant dude.
He really is, yeah. And really upset his dad, apparently, when he went into the music field as opposed to sticking with the science world. Yeah. The song is actually about, and Brian May has said this in interviews, that it's actually based on a science fiction novel, and it tells the story of a group of volunteers who fly off in a spaceship, and they return 100 years later, and everybody that they love, of course, has passed away. But it's only been a year that's passed for them because of the theory of relativity and all that stuff, or Einstein's business.
Yeah.
So it's a really, it's an even sadder song when you hear it from that, look at it through that lens. But it's still beautiful. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous song, and I love it, and I love singing along with it. The version you're going to hear is by Ingram Hill. It was included on a 2005 tribute to Queen called Killer Queen. The song, 39.
All right, here it is. We'll be back in a minute. Stay tuned.
Some people describe the internet as the prototype for the information superhighway, but I just don't get it. You know, this information superhighway stuff sounds like a lot of super hype to me.
Well, of course it is. But the internet does represent a new form of communication, and this is the best part. You don't have to be a computer geek to take a spin on it.
Hey, watch it, John. Some of my best friends are geeks.
It's the back door for us.
Her name is the Morning Stream, and she dances on the sand.
All right, that's my new favorite version of 39.
Isn't that a great song?
Love that cover.
That version?
It's insane. I want more from them.
It makes me, I mean, there's a song right there that makes me want to learn rhythm guitar and learn those chords and play that song and nothing else.
Completely agree. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Every once in a while we do a cover I just fall in love with. That was really good. Yeah. Lara Flynn Boyle. What was her role in Twin Peaks?
She was it Kelly? She was Laura Palmer's best friend.
That's right. She was supposed to be high school age then.
Yeah.
Now she's still around, but she had some kind of weird plastic surgery mishap or something.
Oh no, really?
So I don't know if she's going to be back in there or not.
Oh geez.
Anyway,
I remember when she fell off the roof of the casino in Vegas.
Oh, she did?
She didn't really. Her character did on the TV show. Was the TV show just called? It was called Las Vegas. Is that right?
Oh,
it was
I remember Las Vegas.
The one with James Caan.
Yeah. The one where he was the security dude at that big casino, and it had Jimmy or Jim, whatever his name is from Transformers. Hunky dude, Josh True Blumel, Bum Fennell.
Duhamel. Fergie's husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I watched that.
Oh my gosh. No. I'm looking at Lara Flynn Boyle's plastic surgery pictures. Oh, that's such a shame.
It's a real shame. She's a beautiful lady. Also, what else was there I was going to say about that? I forgot. Anyway, that Las Vegas show had that great theme from Elvis, that a little more satisfaction,
please. Less conversation.
Freaking love that song.
By GXL.
It's the best one ever. All right. So there's that. There's all that. What are we doing now? We're going to now call our good buddy Bill. Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill. Bill, get in here, Bill.
Bill.
Okay, Bill.
Creator of the most awesome new coasters in yours and my life.
That's true, right? Oh, they're so cool.
They really are.
It is such a nice thing, too. All right, we're going to ask him to
rise from your grave.
All right, rise from your grave. It's Bill Duran, everybody. What's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm doing all right.
We're going to have the Duran brothers, him and his brother, on Current Geek this weekend, which I'm pretty excited about.
Together?
Yeah, together.
One place?
Yeah,
you are not prepared.
Please tell me you're going to introduce it as Current Geek starring Duran Duran.
Yeah,
better.
Of course we are. The whole title will be Duran Duran or something. I'm sure they've never heard that joke their entire lives.
No, I'm sure they haven't.
Never, ever.
Not once. Bill Duran comes on the show and talks about fitness and a geek lifestyle and how those two things can coincide and some other cool stuff sometimes. Hey, Bill, what's going on this week, man?
So I been playing with this whole 4-hour body routine, talking about that thing. And I mentioned part of it was using what they called cold exposure to boost your metabolism or jumpstart your metabolism in a couple of ways. The one way they say is with a cold shower. The other way is by icing your neck for 30 minutes a day.
Oh,
wow. So I, despite really not wanting to do it, I gave the cold shower thing a try.
Oh, wow. Between those two choices, you picked cold shower?
I figured it was quicker.
Yeah.
Get it done and over with.
That's true. 30 minutes of, that's true.
So here's the gist of it. This is how you do it. If folks at home want to try it out. You turn the shower on normal hot water, right?
Okay. All right.
Get in, you lather up, you clean up your bits. You don't want to be rushing that, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Clean your tenders.
You want to be thorough.
Sure.
All right. Lather up.
Right.
Once you're all soaped up, crank the knob all the way to cold, rinse off, and then stay in there. And it was described as for 3 to 5 minutes, or in other words, 3 minutes.
Or what will feel like an interminable amount of time.
Yeah, which I did. So I actually took a little kitchen timer. I put it in a Ziploc bag, brought it in the shower with me, and I'm like, not a second more. Like, I am not going to be guessing, because it felt like an eternity.
Yeah, I'm guessing it did. It's like having severe pain for only 30 seconds. That may as well be a lifetime.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So I tried it. I did that. And maybe it's just because it's like winter time, where because it's cold outside and it's kind of chilly in the house. But I would have a very hard time making myself do that every single day.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it was very weird. Like while the water's hitting you, it's ice cold.
Yeah,
and it's it's just, oh my god, this is ridiculously cold. Then for like a brief moment, you're like, you know what, not that bad.
Yeah,
and then the next moment, you're like, yeah, it is. You just keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
For 3 agonizing minutes. I couldn't make myself do it.
I can't even see. Yeah. Okay. So I do have one experience in my life that maybe has some bearing here that really blew my mind at the time. It's still not easy to do, but when, so I was on a camping trip with a big like youth group of like tons of teenagers, and we were one of the chaperone couples there. And Kim and I were there. This is years ago, but just so happened that I ended up with like the worst straight on, like the flu everybody gets shots for. I had that.
Right.
Like chest, half pneumonia, I can't hardly move, the shakes, the shivers, the chills, all this stuff, blazing headache, like the worst kind of sick, and you're just miserable. And now I'm camping. It's just awful. And somebody suggested there, says, well, you know what I do when I have the flu? And I'm like, what? I get into the coldest place I can find, and I just stand it as long as I can stand it, and I kill it. It kills the flu. And I thought, whatever, that sounds like hokum majokum. Well, the second day, and I'm feeling just really bad, and we're on some kind of slow, it wasn't even a hard hike, but because I was sick, it just felt like the worst thing ever. And we're out in the sun, and I'm just feeling terrible. And somebody says, all right, after all this, we're all going to the lake, so there'll be lunch, and then everyone's getting in the lake. So hope you brought your swim stuff, because we're doing the lake. And I thought, a cold lake. And it was a cold mountain lake. I thought, maybe I'll try this, because anything's better than just feeling like a complete ball of poo here. So I did. I jumped in that freezing lake, got out, and it was as if I didn't have the flu. Now, it didn't cure it or anything, but the shock to my system took over all other sensory function. And for the next probably 5 or 6 hours, it was as if I was never sick. Weirdest thing I'd ever experienced. Yeah. So it's probably something to do with that, right? Like maybe. Your metabolism just goes bananas, and I don't know.
So I wonder if with the lake thing, if your body was just like, well, after the shock of the cold lake, the flu isn't so bad.
Yeah, that's
like maybe it's just a relative thing.
Yeah, it's like Bengay. Bengay doesn't actually go in there and make your muscle feel better. It just distracts you like crazy with both smell and sensation from the pain. And I think that may have been it.
So this idea about for burning extra calories when you're doing cold exposure comes from things like swimmers, right? They use the example of Michael Phelps. He would eat 12,000 calories a day when he was training or getting ready for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, apparently running a marathon only burns 2,500 calories. Like, I expected more. But
yeah, no kidding. Well, what's the point of doing that then?
I know. Jeez.
The idea running marathons.
Right. So the idea is that because he's in this cold pool for like 8 hours a day, he's burning extra calories.
Yeah.
To the tune of thousands of calories a day.
Yeah.
From the very limited research that I did, a couple of studies, it seems like 3 minutes in the shower might not have the dramatic effect you'd be looking for. And at best, it is maybe a little bit extra. And when you use it along with other diet and exercise regimens, it might help push your fitness just a little bit further. But it's not. I think some people are like, oh, I'll just take a cold shower every day and drop the weight right off. It's like, no. Maybe use it with other stuff. But I think what I'll do is instead eat a little bit less and take a hot shower every day because damn,
what a weird direction you've decided to go. What a strange practical solution.
Yeah, I know.
You've come up with here. What is not that this can't have some benefit to somebody, but it's like all these other ideas. Like everybody wants some other unheard of, just discovered way of getting pounds off.
Right.
And really all they got to do is the thing that everyone's grandparents used to have to do, which was eat less and exercise more and just take a normal shower.
Yeah. I imagine if you did, let's say as part of your exercise regimen, let's say you do run a marathon every day. And that takes you, 4 hours, or if it were me, 8 hours. I don't know how long those take. But let's say you exercised running for 4 hours and you exercised swimming for 4 hours. I'm willing to bet you would burn a lot more calories in that pool. You get more of your body is engaged, but also the cold probably makes a lot more difference over that longer period of time.
Yeah, just the quick 3 minutes of standing in it is more shocking. But like those dudes that's still a thing, right? Where dudes will be in a hot tub naked and then run out and jump in the frozen lake. That's still a thing. What's that called?
Polar Bear Club.
Yeah. No, wait. Is it Polar Bear?
Yeah, Polar Bear Club.
Kind of.
I've
done that.
Oh, how'd that go?
We did that on New Year's Day one year, and up us we go, New York. We ran to the lake, jumped in. Well, first we broke a hole in the ice, and then we jumped in.
Wow.
That's very, very important first step.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
It does seem like a bad idea to me, especially naked.
Well, I had trunks on.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah. Because
we were in public.
These guys that jump out in there buck naked with their wieners out, I don't know why you do that to yourself. Because once you hit that cold water, you went in with a wiener, you're coming out with a JJ, if you know what I'm saying.
Call that the stack of dimes.
Yeah. Oh, my good Lord. Well, all right. So bottom line, eat less, shower normally, exercise hard.
Stand it, and you want to add it to your current regimen, go ahead. But it's not for me.
Yeah, it's definitely not for you. Well, I'm glad you've admitted it here in public.
Yeah.
Anything else besides your fantastic appearance this weekend on Current Geek? Anything else going on in your life you'd like us to know about?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Folks want to head on over to punishedprops.com because I have a new ebook out. Woo!
What?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Foam Smith trilogy. If you want to see how I'm doing all of my costume armor out of foam floor mats for really, really cheap, the third installment of the Foam Smith trilogy is all out now. Plus the first two are on sale. It's all ridiculously cheap. So
that's wonderful.
Go check it out.
Stock up on those office mats.
Yeah.
Right.
Start stealing them from work.
That's right.
Cutting them up. Yeah.
That's cool, dude. On your way to your goal of however many books that was a year. That's awesome. Look at you starting already. It's fantastic. Bill Duran, everybody. Chinbeard on Twitter. Punishedprops.com. Be there or be square. See ya, Bill. All right.
Aw, this almost sounded sad.
It did sound a little sad, but that's okay because Justin's about to come in to make us all feel bad.
It'll make us. Nice.
He is not showing up online, but that doesn't mean anything. I've learned.
Exactly. Skype. What does Skype know?
It doesn't know anything. It doesn't know. It knows not, as the British would say. See if we can get him in here. I forgot to check on his schedule if he's flying or driving or dying or whatever.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Justin Robert Young, are you there?
Hi.
Ooh. Oh, you sound crusty and old.
Sound like a little hoarse. We're in a battle right now with my voice. We're in negotiations.
Oh, that's right, because you got flattened by something the other day, and you had tweeted about it and talked about how crazy the human body was or something, and this must be remnants of that, I suppose.
Well, between then and now, I went to 3 other cities.
Oh, good Lord.
Yelled for a living.
Yeah. So your voice is jacked.
You caught a mishmash of diseases that all combined from each of those cities into one big super virus.
Plus yelled yourself hoarse.
I don't know if we're in disease land now. I think this is just I abused my voice.
Oh, just over yelling.
I shouldn't. So I'm paying the piper.
Yeah. Well, the piper needs to be paid. Well, I'm glad you're here. I mean, who knew that you might have had such a terrible voice you couldn't even make the call, but here you are, ready as always to shed great light on some subject or another, and I have no idea what that might be this week.
Man, there was something I wanted to... Oh, talking about being sick. You guys ever have this thing where when you're kind of sick, like you blow your nose, and then you look in the Kleenex, and like what is revealed to you is a deep, dark mystery that like David Lynch himself would...
Like a Clive Barker
I remember a time, 1993, if you want to get specific. This is true, where I worked for this computer company, and I was just in the back marveling at somebody's freshly updated BBS he was building, and we were viewing it over a 28.8K modem, which was fantastic. And I remember standing there with one of the worst sinus. I'd never really had a sinus cold or a sinus infection before, but apparently I did have one, and I really haven't had one since, now that I think about it, but at least this severe. But I had it so bad and had such the cranking, horrible headache and earache thing that you get with that at one point I turned around and horked something in that back room onto, just blowing my nose. And the feeling was, I've been blowing my nose all week to no avail, but this feeling was as if something had finally given way. Something had let go. The claws of life had finally given up, and out came truly the most horrifying collection of debris that my face could generate. It was horrible. So I can only imagine you saw something to that effect.
Well, I mean, like it's the colors that got me, because they were like rich, deep colors that seem like ancient. Like it's like this like Lovecraftian ooze that is like poured out of your face. I don't know. Like it was terrifying.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that at all. Are you going to be okay though? You feel like you've been through some rough weeks before. I've heard tale. So you think you'll be fine though? You'll make it through?
No, Scott. I'm gonna die. I'm here to announce on the show that I am now prepared.
Are you getting your affairs in order?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's great.
All my affairs in order. I'm leaving everything to the birds.
So sorry, the David Lynch stuff came up before, and I keep meaning to ask you this since they announced this new series coming and that David Lynch is directly involved in stuff. Are you one of those guys that totally is enamored with that thing? I mean, we both are familiar with Tom Merritt's obsession with Twin Peaks, and I've never really gotten the jury lowdown on whether or not you think that thing's worth anyone's time.
I've never watched it. Twin Peaks kind of missed me as a first run series, and I never really got into it after that. I mean, I know plenty of people that do and are, but no, it's not really my thing. I mean, I'll probably try to rewatch it before the new stuff comes on, although it's on like Showtime or something, right?
The new stuff is going to be on Showtime. The first 2 seasons, or the only 2 seasons of the original show, are on Netflix, and I don't know about the movie.
I think the movie isn't it? The prequel movie?
Sure seems like it should be. I'll look it up right now.
Fire Walk with
Or you can.
Netflix. Sorry, you could look that up, I guess. Oh, it says...
Oh, you can both look it up. It's fine.
Yeah, we can both look this up. It says DVD, not currently streaming. It's probably weird rights or something. Who knows? But I was just curious because it is kind of the forerunner, or a lot of people at least see it this way, that it's the forerunner of a lot of what we consider to be great TV now.
Yeah. But it's David Lynch.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of David Lynch movies.
Sure.
I haven't seen Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And ultimately his worth always borderlines on incoherence. Kind of forever battling yourself to say, am I reading significance and brilliance into that, empty palette, or like is that
it really truly brilliant?
Yeah, is that just a mule on a spinning wheel? Like, who knows?
Do you have a favorite David Lynch movie?
I'm not a huge David Lynch fan. Like, I don't know. I mean, I could name movies, but there's not one that stands out as being like, oh my God, this is the best. I love David
There
Lynch.
is for me, and it just so happens it's the rated G lawnmower trip guy story.
Oh, really? The Straight Story?
The Straight Story. I love that movie. There's something about it that I can't quite put my finger on. It's not because it's such a departure for him in terms of tone or content. I just feel like maybe it's the most real movie he's made. Maybe that's it.
Certainly.
Well, but also it's like, if you like this, if the Straight Story is your favorite David Lynch movie, then yes, you have a favorite movie from the guy David Lynch. But like David Lynch
not really a David
is
Lynch
almost
movie.
like a genre, right?
Yeah.
Like that is not in the David Lynch genre.
Yeah, but I wouldn't also call it. It's a weird movie. Like there's nothing mainstream. There's something non-mainstream about it still, which I think still is David Lynch doing his thing in a way.
But it's not like somebody's having a conversation and then they turn around and you realize they've been talking to a sock puppet the entire time.
Good point. That's
like
good
it's
point.
not just like reality crunching in the way that like Mulholland Drive or something like that is.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
like Wild at Heart.
Don't remember that one.
That's the Nicolas Cage, Laura Dern. He's an Elvis fan who...
Another Vegas reference.
Another Vegas reference. Well,
he was in a million Vegas movies.
It's more of an Elvis reference than a Vegas reference. I don't think Vegas comes into it at all. It's just another chance for Nicolas Cage to impersonate Elvis, I guess.
There could be you could make a game called make up a title that sounds like a David Lynch movie, and you could do things like Blue Highway or Chicken Fried Monkey or whatever, and you could have a little one of those.
It's always got to be like a little esoteric, right? Like it's got to be something very like almost too broad, because that's kind of what like David Lynch's thing is, right? It's like, here's this big, broad, complex thing that I'm going to explain to you in my own David Lynchian way, like Mulholland Drive. That's just a road, right?
Right.
But oh no, you haven't seen Mulholland Drive like David Lynch sees Mulholland Drive. Boom.
Yeah. Blue velvet is a color of velvet.
Yeah. It's like, but can you imagine blue velvet when worn by these characters, by Dennis Hopper or whatever?
That is kind of his thing, isn't it? I mean, with the exception of like Eraserhead, which didn't really have an eraser or a...
No.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's just more like, here's a name of a weird character that we're going to center around.
Yeah. That's my least favorite.
That is going the opposite way, though, because that's like weird going toward definition, whereas the other way is like bland going toward a weird definition.
So who do you see?
Was before he did, and that was his first one, right? That was his first movie. So
I think first, well, maybe not even theatrical, but his first like, hey, here's a budget, make a movie.
So he hadn't figured out how to do titles the right way yet, the Lynchian way.
Right. That would come later.
Still finding himself.
Yeah.
Right.
I liked Elephant Man. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
That's maybe the most mainstream thing he ever did, actually. I would argue. But okay, but that all aside, you made the comment that everyone thinks he's, a genius. And is it really genius to have him talking to a sock puppet, or is that just him being weird? Who do you think, if you had to put the moniker of genius at the feet of a filmmaker, where are you placing it? Where does Justin Robert Young put his money on that?
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah. I mean, but that's like, it's really trite for me to say that. Like, it's my favorite, but I admit that it is a pretty basic favorite. Like, I was a early teenager in the mid 90s when Quentin Tarantino was making, Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
So it's like, those films for me were very transformative. For me, what's amazing about Quentin Tarantino is that, like, you go and watch Kill Bill, and for whatever you think of those movies, he had never really done action before.
Nope, first time. Yeah.
He had done action in small spaces, but not big action set pieces. And these were like, 1960s Bond level like action pieces that he was doing with all live actors. And it's kind of amazing how fast and how well he was able to pick up on that and not have it look like, oh, here's this, guy who likes to have all of his scenes be big monologues between two characters talking at each other, not to each other, in coffee houses, like he's predictably trying something larger and failing. He was great at it. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was actually really good. I think that's fair. Clearly one of the more important filmmakers. Plus, he's got his big flaw, which is feet. And that means you're a genius, I think. If you've got some major weird flaw where people start reporting that you like to suck on their toes or whatever, that usually means you're a genius, because you're so much strength in one creative area that you just can't resist a foot in another area. And that makes you a smart guy.
What's amazing about that is I would imagine that if you talked to him, he would not think that it was weird that he put feet in all of his movies, right?
Yeah.
Like, he would just be like, oh, yeah. I mean, like... we got to make a sexy movie with a bunch of sexy ladies. So, you show their eyes and their breasts and their butts and their feet. That's just what you do.
That's what you do naturally. That's how it's
everybody doesn't feel that way about feet, huh? Yeah, who knows?
That's funny because obviously, okay, so you touched on the fact that he was so influential during a part of your life that is formative, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think what that was for me.
And Spielberg for me, for sure. Like,
yeah, Spielberg, Lucas. I mean, that seems very trite, but I think it's true. I think if you're a teenager in the 80s, I think that's just true. But then also on the subversive side,
well, it would be more Spielberg than Lucas, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was Terry Gilliam on the darker side of what influenced me. Like Terry Gilliam movies, even like on the surface innocuous ones like, Time Bandits.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Baron
weird.
Munchausen.
So weird, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But it really influenced me and just, I don't know, molded me. But when you're...
I love 12 Monkeys. And
when you're 14, 15, and E.T. and Star Wars and Indiana Jones and that kind of stuff is part of your life, that is... It can't help but shape who you become in turn, or
draw to.
Or at the very least what you're interested in. But in some ways I feel kind of like that's lame, because they went from, ooh, these guys are innovative, to, ooh, they are the most mainstream thing you can possibly be ever in the history of film.
Yeah.
And Tarantino will never be that. Is it just simply because
nobody's getting more so, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like all these guys that were avant-garde and are avant-garde, including like Wes Anderson and Quentin Tarantino, like now they are releasing their biggest grossing movies ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Like now.
And they're getting invited to the Oscars. They're getting nominated. Django Unchained, Grand Budapest Hotel. I mean, these are...
Well, I mean, Tarantino's never really had a problem with getting nominated for Oscars. He's had more of a problem winning Oscars, as he will famously tell you.
Well, yeah.
Forrest Gump beating Pulp Fiction. But,
right. Good point.
I really liked Forrest Gump. I just want to put it out there. I'm not in the camp that says it should have won Best Picture, because I think probably the other movie should have. But I think I like it a lot. I think people...
Robert Zemeckis really doesn't make bad movies.
No.
Like, and I'm not counting his crazy nightmare fueled CGI people.
The Frighteners,
no.
Polar Express and
it's the, what do you call it? The Beowulf thing. Beowulf.
Yeah, Beowulf.
Oh, Beowulf. That's right.
Stuff like that. Like all that stuff is just, that uncanny valley, haunted house that he was really crazy about for a while.
Frighteners was Peter Jackson.
Frighteners was good.
Yeah, that was Peter Jackson though. Totally different dude. But yeah.
That's right.
But no, Zemeckis made one movie I didn't like, and it was the one with Bruce Willis, and I only remember somebody had a hole in their gut. It was about a bunch of ghosts. What was the deal? Hold on, I gotta find it. It's gonna piss me off.
Wait, is this Death Becomes Her?
Death Becomes Her.
Oh, right.
Didn't like that movie.
Boy, you must be playing. Death Becomes the Rules.
I don't like that movie at all. Yeah, there it is. Robert Zemeckis. It had Meryl Streep, Bruce Willis, Goldie Hawn, and I was not interested in that movie at all. I did not like it. Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to pull us off the road there.
So here...
Hello? Oh.
He doesn't... I mean, like, you got... And Death Becomes Her came before Forrest Gump.
Yeah, it was. But it was a dark time for him.
Death Becomes Her, Forrest Gump. That was after. It was his first movie after Back to the Future Part 3.
Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah, you're right, because he did some TV thing and they did Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
Then...
Contact, What Lies Beneath, Castaway, Polar Express, Beowulf, Christmas Carol. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow, he went from Death Becomes Her to Forrest Gump. That's a jump. 2 years. Contact. Remember Contact? I liked that.
Love that movie.
By the way, Death Becomes Her, if you don't remember the plot of that movie, is actually a pretty rad plot.
It's actually all right.
Yeah, doctor is able to keep people alive.
The story's okay.
Well, no, it's about, if I remember correctly,
Mortality.
it's women who are kind of, I mean, it's still very relevant, almost more relevant in the modern era than it was when it came out, that are obsessed with plastic surgery and staying young.
That's right.
It just had a kind of a War of the Roses vibe to it, or another good example of that kind of movie.
She-Devil.
Yeah, She-Devil, or the other one, the like Witches of Eastwick. It just there's a weird kind of like spastic kind of thing happening there. I think
you might be confusing Death Becomes Her with Hocus Pocus, by the way.
Maybe. I'm willing to admit that. Let's see. What's Hocus?
I think you might be thinking that Death Becomes Her is Hocus.
Death Becomes Her.
Oh, you know what? I might be, actually. I might be confusing.
So my day could not go bad that I nailed that. I'm so excited.
You might be right, although I'm mashing them up, because there's plenty of Bruce Willis in my memory, and there's plenty of but there is maybe a little Bette Midler now in the memory now that I think about it. Ah, crap. All right.
Oh man, and it's a bummer that Death Becomes Her is not streaming, because again, that would be another great film sack. That's very film sack worthy.
Sure.
I mean, here's what you can say about Robert Zemeckis, though, is that, like, for whatever you might think of the movie, they are all almost like perfectly made. Like if there's one guy who like can do Spielberg that isn't Spielberg in terms of like the construction of movies, it's Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, he knows his business. I like that guy.
Flight. Did you guys see Flight?
I loved Flight.
Yes. Yeah.
I like Flight was awesome. I like Flight a lot. I like Castaway a lot. I know some people are torn on Castaway. I thought Castaway was great.
I mean, but Flight is a pretty dead, like almost at a certain point, too heavy-handed morality tale, right? Like it has about the subtlety of a religious track that you get handed in a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, but it's so well acted and
it's so good and it's so fun. But like that to me shows like how good Robert Zemeckis is as a director, right?
Yeah. This will be fun. His next movie, The Walk, the 2015 story of the French high-wire artist Philippe Petit's attempt to cross the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in '74. You got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ben Kingsley, Charlotte LeBron, and other people. That's great.
There's a great documentary about that called Man on Wire.
Yeah, and
that's
awesome.
That's probably where this is being adapted from.
Yeah, that's an awesome documentary if no one's seen that. Yeah, that's exciting. Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing the lead role of Tight Walker
Petite.
Philippe Petit.
Yeah, that's cool. With a porn addiction. Wait, I'm mixing my movies again.
He's attached to everything, though.
Yeah,
right?
He kind of lately is, right?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
he's hot right now. Now is when you want to. He's the Jude Law of the '90s.
He's more than that. He's like the Will Smith of the '90s because he was in a dumb sitcom and a couple of bad kids movies and then made good anyway. And that's such a hard thing to do. Like for every one of the Joseph Gordon-Levitts, there's 1,000 of those guys that played whoever Silver Spoon's black buddy was. That was his guy. There's another one, but you know what I mean.
Way, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is going to be playing Edward Snowden in an untitled Oliver Stone project planned for next year.
Oh, the twin movie to that Cumberbatch. Oh no, that's not Snowden. That was the other guy. That was
that was Turing.
No. He
Turing.
did the other leak, the WikiLeaks guy.
The WikiLeaks guy.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the
blonde weirdo. That guy.
Yeah.
You know, also known on the internet as
Julian Assange.
My portrayal by Benedict Cumberbatch. The United States government has engineered.
That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good.
I'm working hurt, baby. I'm playing sick. This is like my Michael Jordan flu game. I'm here.
Last director I want to ask you about is, I know he's all hot right now because of Boyhood, but Richard Linklater kind of blew my mind in Bernie. I just saw Bernie like last night. Actually split it 2 nights in a row and watched it half and half. And I freaking loved Bernie. That movie's awesome. I feel like there's a dude, didn't go to film school, didn't do the normal track, came out with some pretty influential stuff like Slacker and Dazed and Confused, but Dazed and Confused still like seminal movie for me. I freaking love that movie. And there's a guy that just kind of quietly, you know, did stuff, made things, and then now is just like this auteur who did the year over 14 years and is blowing everybody's mind and will probably win every Oscar it's nominated for. Like, how do you explain that guy?
I've heard Boyhood impressive. Maybe not so good.
Really? I've heard nothing but good. Like, 99%.
I mean, I've heard, listen, it is, I think it will deserve every award that it gets because have you heard my grand unifying theory of our modern age?
No, but I'm stoked to hear it.
The internet age.
Yeah.
Effort is more important than talent.
Okay.
You can go on YouTube and you want to be YouTube famous? I'm going to give you the recipe. Every single day, put an army man on a table and take a picture of the new army man you put on the table. And put a new army man on the table every day for 3 years and take a picture and never miss a day.
Okay.
Take a picture to the point where at the end you have this big, epic, massive battle scene. And 3 years later, you do a time lapse of that. That takes no talent. Right? You're literally just putting pre-made figures on a table. You
don't take the previous army man off, right? You leave the existing army man on there.
You always keep all of them on there. So by the end of it, you have however many, you have
over 1,000 army men.
1,000 army men fighting each other.
Okay. Sure.
You take a picture of that and you put it up on YouTube. It takes a lot of effort, takes no talent. You'll be a viral success.
It's basically Boyhood, right?
I'm not. Yeah. I mean, I'm saying Boyhood is like, let's not take the shortcut of using different actors. Let's not take the shortcut of makeup. Let's have everybody age, and we'll go back and we'll shoot this story. The story doesn't necessarily need to be good. It just needs to be a story that is shot in this way.
Well, it's competent filmmaking, but then this effort aspect you're talking about.
Yes.
Which is so okay. That's probably a fair assessment. Would anyone care about Boyhood as much if it was swap actors out for different ages and just told that story?
If this story, we're done in in the way that we traditionally do coming of age stories.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe it would just be some random Richard Linklater movie that comes and goes, for which there has been a bunch.
That is a really good point. I think you're probably right. It's kind of, there's other examples like this, and they're not coming to my head, but it would be like, I don't know, like it's one thing to tell, okay, here you go. I don't know if they're still doing it, but remember back in the day it was all controversial because there was some website called The Naked News or something. I don't know if it still exists.
Yeah.
They would do the news, straight news, like regular, good old-fashioned news, like of the day. But they would slowly disrobe while doing the news.
Yeah.
And by the end, they were just buck naked talking about politics and important, world events.
Yeah.
But they were doing it straight-faced, straight-laced, all that, except no lace. And they'd be completely buck naked by the end. Now, I'm not saying that Boyhood is on, clearly different audience, different whatever, but
And I thought I won the award for most bizarre metaphor to the Boyhood.
Well, you know what I mean. Like it's the same idea though. What if we do this thing everyone can do and has already done, but we put our twist on it? And in his case, his twist is I'll film the same kid over this period of time, and as long as Ethan Hawke stays alive, he'll still be in it, and blah blah blah. And that's your thing. I think I agree, because would we care if he didn't? Probably not. Like that's what makes it unique. It's like when you find out that somebody trains every day in the snow, or finding out in Rocky IV that he trained in the snow and in the Russian tundra the entire time while Dolph Lundgren trained in this high-tech gym. Somehow that makes his effort different or better, or it's his own twist or whatever. I get it. That's probably true.
Well, and we certainly like, let's say after the Oscars, Linklater's like, haha, psych suckers. We actually did shoot this on a soundstage, and here are the 8 kids that look identical to each other. Like, we gotcha.
Here's Ethan Hawke's little brother.
Exactly. Like this is like the most elaborate magic trick ever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we would think differently about that movie.
Yeah. Well, now that you've said that, it's a little depressing because.
Why is it depressing?
I don't know. There's something about it that's slightly depressing. Like, is it just the trick? Is that all that this was? Is that the thing?
No, I mean, like why do people care so much about this show?
Yeah,
because you guys get up every single, well, not every single, but 4 days a week.
Yeah,
unless Brian's in Vegas,
right?
More often than you do the show.
Yeah.
You are with people for their lives, and understand the other side of your microphones is the humanity that is the TMS listenership. So they're not just thinking of you guys as in the way that you think of, like, hey, we're doing a show, and we're doing a show that's kind of like other morning shows that we've been influenced by and we really like, and we enjoy hanging out with each other. They're thinking of it as like, oh, these are my friends that I'm with as I take my kids to school, as I go to work, as I work out, the trials and tribulations of their lives, you are the soundtrack to.
Mm-hmm.
So like the idea that we look at things differently and we invest a different amount of emotion into things is everywhere. We experience it. Everybody else experiences it. It's just, it's the law of relativity, like we don't, we're not all invested. We don't all see the exact same thing.
Well, I just thought of the perfect analogy, and it's only going to work for those who have played it, but that video game Shadow of Mordor is a really good example of this. And there's a review for Boyhood on here that I totally agree with. It says, we can quibble on small stuff like in Boyhood, supporting performances are variable, the sister drops out of as a dramatic character, I could go on, but the cumulative power is tremendous. And I think that's the key here. In that game, for example, it's basically an Assassin's Creed ripoff top to bottom with the Lord of the Rings license. However, they inject this one aspect of it called the Nemesis system, which I won't go into detail on, but it basically creates some of the most interesting, rich combat and sort of strategy that I've seen in any game ever. And I now kind of want to see that system in a lot of kind of games. But it basically took an existing rote thing that everyone's been used to for the last 10 years and made the end result feel totally different. You know, like adding an ingredient to a cake mix you never thought of before that completely transcends the experience that you already know. And it's maybe it's that. And maybe that alone is enough to be kind of a genius move is all I'm getting at. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I would say the same thing about this show. You know, there's plenty of morning shows.
Yeah.
There's plenty of shows that cater to a geek audience.
Yeah.
But I can't think of others that do it on the frequency that you guys do that has exactly your sensibilities.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. That is not a either California or New York or East Coast, you know, kind of production that you know proudly is like, you know, the Mountain Time Zone is the only time zone that matters. Like just a lot of element to that I think speaks to an audience that isn't necessarily catered to online, and certainly wasn't when you guys started. You guys took something that is very familiar, and you moved it by 10 degrees in a natural direction to your personalities, and boom.
That's it. I guess that's it. And so then I guess I shouldn't be depressed about that. Maybe that's a good thing for Richard Linklater to take the usual mix and throw in an ingredient that nobody saw coming and to get that
and
direction.
Worked hard. I mean, like that was like that dude's project for like how many years?
12 years and plus, if you want to, you know, if you go back, and he's had this idea since he was like in his early 20s, and he was always trying to figure out how he was going to do it. And you know, like he has a really good and very interesting interview with Mark Maron on WTF last week that really makes me admire that dude. He's also super chill and just seems like a rad dude in general.
And also just look, like if you go on IMDb and just look at his photo, he looks like every dude in Austin that's walking by you on your way to Stubbs.
Yep. He doesn't seem to be aging. He seems to just have that same look he's always had. Like imagine Dazed and Confused boiled down into a dude, and that's pretty much that guy. Really, really interesting conversation you had with him. But anyway, I guess the bottom line for me is watch Bernie because it's awesome. I really liked it a lot. It was fantastic. Jack Black blew my mind. All right.
Jack the bomb.
Justin, what are you doing this week that we should be interested in? Give us something.
New Night Attack tonight.
Yeah.
We got ourselves a little Tom Merritt.
Ooh, a little Tom Merritt, because the little one bugs the hell out of me. The big one, the normal one, is the one I really like.
Tom Merritt, though, goes a long way.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know, like the thing is, you know, you have the normal Tom Merritt. He opens up his mouth, a tiny little Tom Merritt pops out, and you know, does his little dance and plays a game. No, so Tom Merritt's gonna be on, and we are going. Have I told you guys about our new fake book?
No. Oh no, really? We're doing the Diamond Club 2 Electric Boogaloo. What are we doing here?
We are tackling the inspirational self-help genre.
Oh no.
Dude, that's brilliant.
We are doing a book called The Journey.
Oh no.
It centers around a young lad named Chet Page, who is a rich kid who travels the world and meets people from around the world and lectures them on how to live their lives.
Wow. Chet Page.
Chet Page.
Okay.
And so, as it turns out, Tom is amazing at channeling this character. So we are going to do a Q&A just because we are at the point where we are like at go time for we need chapters in on this, and so we need to inspire some chapters.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have Chet Page do a live Q&A through the mouthpiece of Tom Merritt tonight. Also, we're going to find the dumbest things today I learned on Reddit because making fun of them is maybe my favorite thing to do with Brian. We're gonna make fun of them heartily on the show.
Nice.
Wow, that's amazing. I can't. Actually, I'm a little surprised that this hasn't already happened. This is an amazing idea. This is brilliant. And if it doesn't climb those charts, I'll be shocked. If I don't hear your voice again on the media randomly for no reason, that'll shock me. Like, I'm stoked for this. This sounds great.
And then also, of course, we got the Jury Show. New Jury Show is out right now. It is my One Mic podcast. It is the successor to, I mean, imagine if I just stopped, or if you like this segment and then I just kept talking after Brian and Scott ended the show. That's basically what the Jury Show is. So you can go ahead and download it wherever you download podcasts and support it on Patreon, patreon.com/jury, and thank you to everybody who supported it last week because, we're already over $300 an episode. And that's, well on the way to our first goal at 500. And I'm tickled pink by that because it is such a personal project, and the fact that anybody finds it interesting and fun is just so amazing to me. So I would implore you guys, if you like this, to take a listen.
All right.
And if you don't like it, listen, if you are still listening to the morning stream after I drag this thing on like an extra 45 minutes every week, then if you're listening, you'll like it. Because if you don't like this, then you've turned it off.
Then what kind of heartless bastard are you really if you don't like it? All right, Justin, have a great week. May your birds continue to do well in this human-dominated world, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.
You just call us bisexual guys? Is that what you do?
Bye, guys.
Oh, I see how it went. That's the show, everybody. Thank you for listening. We've enjoyed having you here. Frogpants.com/TMS is our website. All our contact details are there, including themorningstream@gmail.com or our phone number, 801-471-0462. Leave us a message. Happy to play it on the show. On Twitter, you can find us at MorningStream, at Scott Johnson, at Coverville. A brand new Boop show went up yesterday. Hope people enjoyed it. It was our 42nd episode, The Answer to Life, the Universe, and Everything. And that was a fun show. I enjoyed doing it. Also, something else I was going to say. I don't remember what. What was I going to say? There's something else. Something coming up. Crap. I don't remember. I'll think of it later. Thank you all for being here. Brian, why don't we leave them with a song? What do you got for me, man?
Okay. Well, here's what I got. This is a cool one. And this is funny that that you'd kind of heard of these people before we played them, but let me back up here.
All right.
Hello, Gilbert and Sullivan. My husband, Ethan, and I have been enthusiastic listeners of your show for well over a year. Since we work at the same place, we commute together and have a routine in which we listen to the first half of TMS during the morning drive and the second half on the way back home. This coming Tuesday, January 13th, I'm being sent to San Antonio, Texas for 2 months of basic military training, and after an additional 4 months of technical training, will begin my career in the Oklahoma Air National Guard. During the 6 months that I'm gone, I know in full faith that Ethan will continue to listen to the show without me. My request for you is that you might play a song as a way to remind him that I'm there in spirit and thinking of him, even though I can't be physically present. His favorite band is Avenge Sevenfold, and I know that he would be thrilled to hear them play on the show or to hear someone else cover them. With that knowledge, Brian, I know you'll be fully capable of choosing something to brighten his day. Thanks for the laughs, smiles, and warm fuzzies, Kate.
Oh,
and she
nice,
sent a
Kate.
Follow-up request. What's that?
I said it was just super nice of Kate to do all that.
It is super nice. By the way, I'll talk about her follow-up. On a follow-up email, she said that she did a little research. She found the Vitamin String Quartet and has a whole album of Avenged Sevenfold songs. Ethan really loves the song Unholy Confessions, and the String Quartet covered that one. I really think he would love it so much if you could play that one with the message I sent earlier. Appreciate it. Love the shows, guys. Kate. Okay. Now, before I play the song and talk a little bit more about it, just a quick reminder, if you want to send in a request, go to tinyurl.com/TMS requests. That's tinyurl.com/TMS requests. And also,
it's not tiny.cc? I thought it was. No?
We have it on both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Tiny.cc works also.
All right.
Also, if you want to see what songs we've played and you want to maybe purchase them, big thanks to Iceworm. You can go to coverville.com/TMS and see a list of songs we've played, I think, in the last 4 or 5 months. Obviously, that list will grow, but wherever we can, we put in an Amazon or an iTunes link. And when you purchase it through one of those links, you help out Iceworm and you help out me. Nice. Or help out the show, really. Because all that money just goes right back into the show. Okay, now let's go back to talking about the song Vitamin String Quartet. These are a group of people that just put out tons of these great cover albums, these really well done cover albums, tributes to heavy metal bands, tributes to other bands. They actually are coming out with their volume 3 of the best songs of 2014, in which they don't cover specific all one band on an album, they cover some popular songs from the year, obviously, and they've done 3 volumes for 2014. The first 2 were very good, so excited for the third one. On their 2008 tribute to Avenged Sevenfold, they cover this song, Unholy Confessions, and this is getting dedicated to Ethan from Kate.
All right, here it is. We'll be back tomorrow with Nicole, Tom, and the usual Wednesday madness. We'll see you then.